Ancient Egypt, one of the world's most captivating civilizations, thrived in northeastern Africa for over 3 millennia. Geographically, it occupied the northeastern corner of Africa, with borders stretching from the Mediterranean Sea to the First Cataract of the Nile River in Aswan. This strategic location facilitated trade and cultural exchange with neighboring regions. The Nile River, the lifeblood of ancient Egypt, was a cornerstone of their civilization. It flowed from south to north, providing fertile soil and enabling agriculture. The predictable flooding during the inundation season allowed Egyptians to cultivate crops, ensuring food security and a stable society. The Nile also played a crucial role in transportation and trade, fostering connections between Upper and Lower Egypt. The historical timeline of ancient Egypt can be divided into several periods. The pre-dynastic period, circa 6000 to 3100 BCE, marks the emergence of the early communities along the Nile, eventually leading to the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt under a single ruler. The early dynastic period, circa 3100 to 2686 BCE, witnessed the establishment of the first pharaohs and the founding of the capital city of Memphis. The Old Kingdom, circa 2686 to 2181 BCE, is renowned for its grand pyramids, exemplified by the Great Pyramid of Giza. This period saw the apex of centralized power under the pharaohs and the development of a highly organized bureaucracy. The First Intermediate Period, circa 2181 to 2040 BCE, followed the decline of the Old Kingdom, characterized by political disunity and regional rivalries. However, the Middle Kingdom, circa 2040 to 1782 BCE, brought about reunification and a renewed focus on the welfare of the common people. The Second Intermediate Period, circa 1782 to 1570 BCE, saw the Hyksos, a foreign Asiatic group, conquer and rule parts of Egypt. The New Kingdom, circa 1570 to 1069 BCE, marked a period of significant expansion and military conquests, with illustrious pharaohs like Hatshepsut, Thutmose III, Akhenaten, and Ramses II. The Third Intermediate Period, circa 1069 to 653 BCE, witnessed the waning power of pharaohs and the rise of regional rulers known as the High Priests of Amun. The Late Period, circa 664 to 332 BCE, saw foreign invasions from the Nubians, the Assyrians, and the Persians. The Ptolemaic Period commenced with the arrival of Alexander the Great and the establishment of the Ptolemaic dynasty, which ruled Egypt as Hellenistic monarchs. Lastly, the Roman period, 30 BCE to 664 CE, began with the annexation of Egypt by the Roman Empire, marking the end of ancient Egypt's sovereignty and the beginning of its integration into the Roman world. Ancient Egypt's political structure and rulers. Ancient Egypt's political structure was centered around the institution of pharaohs, who were considered divine rulers and held supreme authority over the kingdom. The concept of divine kingship meant that the pharaohs were believed to be the earthly incarnation of gods, particularly the god Horus, ensuring a seamless connection between the mortal realm and the divine. Supporting the pharaoh in governing the vast empire were viziers and government officials. Viziers acted as chief advisors to the pharaoh and were responsible for overseeing various administrative functions. They managed the collection of taxes, distribution of resources, and coordination of public projects, playing a crucial role in the day-to-day affairs of the kingdom. The administration and governance of ancient Egypt were highly organized. The country was divided into administrative regions called nomes, each led by a governor appointed by the pharaoh. These governors were responsible for maintaining law and order, overseeing local projects, and ensuring the smooth functioning of the economy. Throughout its long history, ancient Egypt saw several major dynasties and notable rulers. Among them was Narmer, also known as Menes, who achieved the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt around 3100 BCE, establishing the First Dynasty and founding the city of Memphis as the capital. Djoser, from the 3rd dynasty, is credited with commissioning the step pyramid at Saqqara, an architectural marvel and the earliest large-scale cut stone building in Egypt, designed by his vizier, Imhotep. Khufu, the pharaoh of the 4th dynasty, is famous for commissioning the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza, the largest pyramid ever built and one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Hatshepsut, a notable female pharaoh, ruled the New Kingdom as the 5th pharaoh of the 18th dynasty. She successfully maintained peace and prosperity and embarked on ambitious building projects, including the beautiful mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahri. Akhenaten, known for his religious reforms during the Amarna period, attempted to shift Egypt's religious focus to the worship of a single deity, the sun god Aten. This marked a significant departure from traditional polytheism. The boy king Tutankhamun, a pharaoh of the 18th dynasty, became famous for the discovery of his nearly intact tomb in the Valley of Kings, providing invaluable insights into ancient burial practices and treasures. Ramses II, also known as Ramses the Great, was one of Egypt's most powerful pharaohs, reigning during the 19th dynasty. His military campaigns and the Battle of Kadesh against the Hittites are among his most notable achievements. Ancient Egypt's religion and beliefs. Religion held a central place in the lives of the ancient Egyptians. Their belief system revolved around a pantheon of gods and goddesses, each associated with various aspects of life and nature. Among the prominent deities were Ra, the sun god and creator of the world; Osiris, god of the afterlife and resurrection; Isis, goddess of magic, motherhood, and fertility; Horus, the falcon-headed god of the sky and kingship; and Anubis, the jackal-headed god of embalming and the afterlife. Religious practices permeated every aspect of daily life in ancient Egypt. The Egyptians sought the favor of the gods through rituals, offerings, and prayers, believing that maintaining harmony with the divine was vital for a prosperous and balanced existence. Temples were centers of religious activities and served as a direct link between the people and the gods. The temples were grand structures, and the high priests and priestesses played significant roles in conducting ceremonies and caring for the deities' statues. Burial customs were of the utmost importance in ancient Egyptian society, driven by their belief in an afterlife. They carefully preserved the bodies of the deceased through a complex process of mummification to ensure the soul's continuity in the afterworld. Tombs, such as the pyramids and the Valley of the Kings, were constructed to safeguard the bodies and belongings of the deceased pharaohs and nobles. The Book of the Dead, a collection of spells and hymns, was placed in tombs to guide the deceased through the perilous journey to the afterlife and judgment before Osiris. The concept of the afterlife was central to Egyptian religion. They believed in an eternal existence where the soul would undergo judgment by the gods, assessing the individual's moral actions during their lifetime. If found worthy, the soul would proceed to the blissful afterlife known as the Field of Reeds. This strong belief in the afterlife influenced their funerary practices and their approach to life itself, emphasizing moral conduct and the pursuit of righteousness. Ancient Egypt's trade and economy. The Nile River played a vital role in ancient Egypt's trade and economy. As the longest river in the world, it served as a natural highway, facilitating the movement of goods and people between Upper and Lower Egypt. Its annual flooding also provided fertile soil, supporting agriculture and ensuring a stable food supply. The river's significance extended beyond Egypt's borders, as it connected the region to other trading partners. Ancient Egypt engaged in both domestic and international trade through established trade routes. The Nile itself was a primary trade route, allowing the transportation of goods like grain, pottery, and textiles from various regions. Additionally, the Red Sea and the Mediterranean Sea served as crucial avenues for international trade, connecting Egypt to regions in Africa, Asia, and Europe. Egypt's strategic location between Africa and Asia made it a hub for trade. It conducted commerce with neighboring regions, including Nubia to the south, the Levant to the northeast, and Mesopotamia to the east. Valuable goods like gold, copper, ivory, timber, and exotic spices flowed into Egypt, while Egyptian products such as linen, papyrus, and grain were exported to other civilizations. The Egyptian economy thrived on a diverse range of resources and economic activities. Agriculture was the backbone of the economy, with the Nile Delta and its surrounding fertile lands producing abundant crops. Aside from farming, Egyptians engaged in fishing, herding, and mining activities. The extraction of precious metals, like gold and copper, contributed to the prosperity of the state. Trade was facilitated using a barter system, where goods were exchanged directly without a standardized currency. However, over time, Egypt developed a currency system using metal rings and later introduced gold and silver coins for trade. Trade goods not only included natural resources, but also luxury items like fine jewelry, cosmetics, perfumes, and artistic creations. This showcased the advanced craftsmanship of the civilization. Ancient Egypt's science, technology, and inventions. Ancient Egypt was a civilization with notable achievements in science, technology, and inventions. In astronomy, they observed the night sky with great precision, developing a calendar based on the cycles of the moon and the heliacal rising of Sirius, known as the Sothic calendar. This sophisticated calendar system was crucial for agricultural planning and religious events. Egyptians made significant advancements in mathematics, creating a decimal system and employing fractions for measurement. They developed geometry to survey and re-establish property boundaries after the annual flooding of the Nile, which was essential for agriculture and construction projects. Moreover, their hieroglyphic writing system and architectural achievements demonstrated their proficiency in mathematics and engineering. In medicine, ancient Egyptians were pioneers, developing extensive knowledge of anatomy, surgery, and healing practices. They had skilled physicians who treated various ailments, from injuries to internal illnesses. Mummification, though primarily a religious practice, showcased their understanding of human anatomy and preservation techniques. Agriculture was the backbone of the Egyptian economy, and they excelled in agricultural techniques and irrigation systems. They harnessed the annual Nile flooding to irrigate and fertilize their fields, enabling them to grow surplus crops and support a large population. The shadoof, a counterweighted lever, was one of their ingenious inventions using for drawing water from wells for irrigation purposes. The decline of ancient Egypt can be attributed to various factors, including internal issues like political instability, economic challenges, and social unrest. Invasions from foreign powers, such as the Assyrians and Persians, weakened Egypt's power and influence. In 332 BCE, Alexander the Great conquered Egypt, marking the end of the native pharaonic rule. Eventually, Egypt became a part of the Roman Empire in 30 BCE after the defeat of Cleopatra VII and the demise of Mark Antony, leading to an integration of Egypt into the Roman world, ending the sovereignty of ancient Egypt. This ends today's video. What facts do you know about ancient Egypt? Let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more history in minutes.